Hi everyone, I hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite YouTuber. Today we're going to be talking about the placebo technique. But before we get into it, you are more than welcome to subscribe. On this channel, I talk about all things law of assumption. So if that sounds good to you, I would love to have you here. If you are currently manifesting your SP, don't forget to enroll in my Manifest Your SP course. This is a sacred vessel that I have created. It's a 14-week course comprised of text, information, videos, homework, and affirmations for you to do throughout the week, every single week, in order to manifest your SP. These are concise and simple steps chronologically for you to actually take in order to achieve manifesting either a relationship with your SP, a text from your SP, or simply manifesting an SP out of thin air. If that sounds something that is interesting to you, which of course it is because duh, you can go on RitaKaminski.com and click the Manifest Your SP tab, or you can click the very first link in the description box down below. Additionally, if you would like to book one-on-one coaching with me, you can also go to RitaKaminski.com or click the second link in the description box down below. This is basically where we have a one-on-one conversation about your manifestations. I set out a manifestation routine for you, and then you have the rest of the emails to ask me any questions that you may have. These emails never expire. And finally, if you would like to join collective coaching, you can do so by clicking the join button right next to my name. This is where a group of us literally talks about our situations, and I reply and answer how you can go about manifesting this thing. This is very educational for people that don't even ask questions, because the situations are very specific, and so it's not as though you're literally just getting surface level information. This is a specific example and how I would go about manifesting this thing. If members only is not available in your country, you can click the fourth link in the description box down below. This is a Patreon link. So on Patreon, when you join, it is the exact same program. You get the same video, you get the same Discord link. It is just on another platform. And with that, let's get into the video. Let's start by understanding what a placebo is. It is a phenomenon in which a person experiences a perceived improvement to their health. This is where the placebo effect started. So they get this perceived improved condition based on the assumptions that they have on said placebo. So simply because they are getting this therapeutic treatment, they get results, even though that therapeutic treatment has no inherent improvement therapeutic benefits to it at all. It could literally just be a pill that has nothing in it of value to the person taking it, but they still get better because they think that this pill is going to help them. Studies have shown that the placebo effect can be remarkably effective in treating various conditions varying from pain to depression. This highlights in itself, even without the placebo technique that I'm going to be getting into, that the power of the mind is not a joke. It highlights just how powerful the mind is to influence the body's responses. So what is the placebo technique when it comes to the law of assumption? So think about it this way. When someone takes a placebo pill that they think is going to do something, when in all factuality it literally has nothing inside of it. That pill literally has nothing in it. So when a sick person takes this pill and they believe that it's going to alleviate their symptoms, they're essentially assuming the role of someone who is healthy and well. Through the power of that belief alone, they manifest that into their reality. So again, what does this have to do with law of assumption? The placebo technique involves persuading your mind that something carries benefit when it actually has no therapeutic value. Your subconscious mind literally believes whatever ideas you implant inside of it. So for example, every time I drink water, I get $10 in my bank account. Drinking water and receiving $10 in your bank account every time you do so has no relation to each other at all. However, if you tell yourself this, it is going to happen in your reality. I will get to more examples further along in this video because I just find it so entertaining listening to these examples. They're so interesting and they work. But let's just get more into the information of the placebo technique. So this technique is really helpful for facing resistance. By employing the placebo technique, you essentially convince your mind that whatever it is that you are doing, even though it's not related to your manifestations, is going to have a direct outcome to the fulfillment of your manifestations. For example, every time I blink, my specific person thinks of me. Every time I actively obsess over my SP, they start obsessing over me 10 times more. Every time I spiral, my SP starts obsessing over me. Every time I breathe, I lose 200 grams until I get to my specific weight. Through consistent reinforcement, your subconscious mind starts to accept that as truth. More examples of this include every time you brush your teeth, you receive an $100 bill. Every time you go to the gym, you receive your manifestation. Anytime you do anything productive or anything that's a habit, for example, biting your nails, you get your manifestation, whatever that manifestation may be. It doesn't have anything to do with that thing, for example, brushing your teeth or breathing. Every time you check your 3D, you get your manifestation. For example, every time I check my subscriber count, I get about 100 more subscribers. Thank you very much. Or anytime I check the 3D, anytime I check if he checks my story, he starts thinking about me. As we all know, I'm manifesting 1 million subscribers, and a placebo technique that I can adopt is every time I drink water, I get 100 subscribers. Every time I exist, every time I breathe, every time I drink, every time I eat, every time I sneeze, every time I shower, every time I get ready, every time I cook, every time I go for a walk, whatever it is that you do throughout the day, you get your manifestation. Something that works really well with the placebo technique is using it for something that you already have a slight belief about. For example, my favorite placebo effect is every time I spend money, that money comes back to me tenfold. So every time I spend money on a coffee, let's say it's $5, I literally get $500 back. Thank you. Because my inherent belief is the more money you spend, the more it's gonna come back. I have already set that assumption and it has created a belief inside of myself since way, way, way back. Or every time I sleep for 8 hours plus, I never get sick because I have found that every time I get sick and I just sleep in and sleep as much as possible, I get better after a day. So that has already become an assumption within myself, so I may as well use it. The placebo technique is solely based on your choices. Everything can serve as a placebo effect because in essence, everything is one, because everything is inherently neutral. Nothing holds inherent meaning. They serve as aids to moving you closer to your manifestation by fostering the belief that you already have that thing which you seek. And you do. You literally do. So embrace everything as a placebo in order to propel you to your manifestation. Every time I touch this door handle, I get another subscriber. Every aspect of your life, every action that you do will be intricately designed to align in your favor. So it's not like you are affirming your little heart away. You are simply living your life and you're like, okay, I'm going to school. Every time I go to school, I get better marks. Or every time I go to school, if my top manifestation priority is manifesting my SP, every time I go to school, I get my SP even more and more and more and more, and they're obsessed with me and more and more and more, and this and that and the other. They are literally salivating at their mouth every single time I step into those halls of school. Every time I drink beer, I literally lose 10 kilograms. Thank you. Because again, it is whatever you think it is. Take charge and literally make every action that you take every single day work towards your advantage, work towards getting your desire. And with that being said, I trust that this video gave you the guidance that you needed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because I know you loved it. I hope you have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.